Day 7 of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections proved to be jam-packed with audio and visual evidence of the occurrences. Continuing her testimony as the first observer to testify before the Commission, former observer for the American Chamber of Commerce for Guyana, or AmCham, Rosalinda Rasul, furnished the Commission with several video and audio recordings of what transpired during the elections debacle. Ironically, an audio is captured with former Chief Elections Officer of the Guyana Elections Commission, Keith Lowenfield, professing to maintain integrity in the tabulation process.
I hear you on the right, you're saying, let the issue of the anxiety of the pause a while. We're going through to ensure transparency to the end. And notwithstanding the time, based on the request you're making, notwithstanding time, we'll proceed to ensure the integrity of the process.
Following discussions with party agents and observers about the way forward, and seemingly being convinced that the tabulation should be done using the statements of poll or SOPs, the CEO said that he will proceed to communicate the decision to the Commission and return for the process to formally continue.
So I'll be back with you in a jiffy. I just have to go upstairs, communicate to Madam Chair and Commissioners, and I'll be back with you in a jiffy.
Rasul was keen to point out what she found to be odd, that even after consultations with the Commission, as Lowenfield said he would do, Commissioner Sace Gunraj would still disagree with the instructions given by Lowenfield.
For me, Mr. Lowenfield said that he had to consult with the Commission, the Chairman and the Commission. Oftentimes, the Commission from the the PPP, the Commissioner for the Representative PPP and the GCOM, often seemed at odds and variance to decisions that were being communicated to the party agents and observers. So I thought it was pretty interesting that he was constantly referencing getting back to the Commission for a decision, but then we would always see either discrepancies or there were disagreements between the PPP commissioners and Mr. Lowenfield on what was happening.
Fast forwarding to the 13th of March, when the tabulation process first recommenced at the Ashman's building, Rasul recorded the highly unusual speed in which the numbers were being called. This made it extremely difficult for party agents and observers to keep track of the numbers being called to determine the accuracy of those numbers. Calculating the time in the audio recording provided to the Commission by Rasul, all the numbers from 3 SOPs were called within the space of 1 minute, with another 4 being done within a time span of just 1 minute and 20 seconds. After the injunction was delivered to the District 4 Returning Officer Claremont Mingo, and the process was shifted under a shed at the GCOM building in Kingston, another attempt was made to completely disregard a fair and transparent process. Apart from the numbers of the SOPs being faintly displayed on the white sheet, Mingo refused to allow the party agents or observers to verify the numbers being called out and did not entertain any rectifying of discrepancies.
I am not taking questions now.
So when will you be able to question?
That's my personal decision. I am not.
Sir, you're a public officer. Your answer.
Second to testify on Day 7 was former Deputy Returning Officer Paul Jai Singh. Jai Singh recalled late in the evening of March 4 when he was requested to go to Ashman's building to render assistance to the tabulation process. Upon his arrival, Jai Singh said he was physically assaulted.
Did you enter the building?
Yes, I entered the building.
Did anything happen when you entered the building?
Yes, I was assaulted by Mr. Bond, James Bond, party agent, I think for APNO.
When you say assault, tell us exactly what happened.
He chucked me on my shirt and then he grabbed the badge.
The former DRO's presence at the Ashman's building at the time, in accordance with the law, meant that in the absence of a returning officer, he was legally authorized to continue the count. However, there was a clear reluctance by Lowenfield to do this, as it seemed as though there were special people that he set out to engage in a fraudulent process.
There's one question here, and we use this. It's not can. The law provides Mr. Commissioner for us to use anything.
Yeah, I'm asking what is the impediment you see to using this person who's here now, Mr. CEO? What is the impediment There's not. I'm waiting for an answer. Don't take. Huh? No.
You're leaving without taking.
Jai Singh described his role at the Ashman's building thereafter. Jai Singh noted that he was assisting former IT officer of GCOM, Enrique Livan. But this wasn't all. After the huge commotion with former IT officer of GCOM, Enrique Livan, who was allegedly manipulating figures in another room of the Ashman's building, Jai Singh said a woman approached him and made a serious threat to his life.
Did you go outside and wait?
Yes, I was outside the tabulation.
And while you were there, did anything happen?
A female came and sit next to me and she issued some death threats.
What did she say?
You go there tonight.
Had you known her before?
No.
Can you recall how she was dressed?
I know she had on a white t-shirt.
Were GCOM employees in white t-shirts that night?
Yes.
After she made these death threats to you, did she leave?
Yes, she left.
And shortly afterwards, did you call a car and leave?
Yes, I left shortly.
This person in the white t-shirt said to you, you go there tonight.
Third to testify on day 7 was former head of the Private Sector Commission Observer Team, Captain Gerald Govayo. As the head of the team and the chairman of the Private Sector Commission, PSC, a number of letters were dispatched to several local and international organizations explaining all that took place during the period after the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. Additionally, a significant video was played during Govayo's testimony where former head of the Organization of American States Observer Mission described the actions of returning officer for District 4, Claremont Mingo, and others.
I have never seen a more transparent effort to alter the results of an election.
Not only did Golding make these remarks, but they were also corroborated by EU observer and ambassador Fernando Pons Canto.
We said it very clearly. This tabulation process for Region 4 was not credible. It was not reflecting the will of the people. It has clearly followed a process which was not the right process. I saw it personally. I was there. I was in the tabulation center. But again, it doesn't really matter that I saw it personally. What really matters is that all our observer missions saw it. So this goes back to what I just told you before. It is a mistake to underestimate the intelligence of people and of the people of Guyana as well.
The Commission of Inquiry was set up by His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali to inquire into the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. On day 6, former AmCham observer Rosalinda Rasul testified to the commission, mentioning the dismissive tone of CEO Lowenfield when asked for a copy of the doctored spreadsheet. The corroboration and alignment of these events by all the witnesses so far seem to indicate that there was a clear attempt to subvert the rule of law and the process of democracy.